Hello guys, welcome to Crypto Bytes. It's Obi-Wan here. Another update on what's happening in this mad crypto world, right? So there's a lot going on. You guys have heard my last video about me taking up my position in Lima Finance. I'm thinking of getting back in, and I'll explain why reasons why. Simple trading philosophy of just exit and re-enter at a better price point. So right now, one thing I want to talk to you about is Frog. So you guys know if you watch my video on meme tokens and how to spot valuable ones, you'd understand meme tokens are going crazy right now. So Frog is one that's had some really big news coming up. So I'm really considering putting up in a position on this. Frog is a frictionless yield token. You know the deal. Burn sell side, burn side, buy side, redistribute to holders, and they burn some of the supply, and some of it also goes to this cool charity called Cool Earth Foundation. So these guys are listed on Portfolio Uniswap. They've got an NFT marketplace. Their roadmap is really, really good. Yeah, their roadmap is really, really good. They've just had the okay to launch on, I think was it Whitebit. So Whitebit's a pretty big centralized exchange. So that's a big deal. That's not a small thing. These guys are legit. They're doing some good work. And if you look at the chart, they've only just started. Oh, sorry, wrong chart. You look at the chart, they've only just started. They've been out for a couple of hours, so a couple of days. So these guys look amazing. I think I'm going to buy, get myself a bag this evening, and I'm going to see what happens. But I really like the project as well. I like the website. The news is solid. They're working with a core charity. I know every meme token is trying to work with a charity, but they say that and they don't actually have partnerships most of the time. So this actually has a partnership with Core Earth. I like what I see here. I think this will go far. And they've already paid for their listing on Whitebit. They've KYC'd, which is an identity verification. So they're legit. So yeah, that's one thing I want to bring to your attention. These are on Ethereum though, so Ethereum you're gonna have to pay like $50 fees. So that's how I'm gonna do it tonight because in the evenings in the UK is where the Ethereum fees are less. So I'll probably pay maybe $30 or something, but I think it's worth a shot. And I think it's crypto, so I have pretty high hopes for this. And if not, then it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna bet the farm on this. I just think it looks quite cool at the moment. I think it looks like a bit of a Fed kind of thing going on, especially with this. So it's had the first pump, it's come down, it's kind of consolidating, and hopefully I catch it before tomorrow. But I expect a pump. Right. Uh, Now let's talk about Elon Ape. Elon Ape is another one I've just bought into. This is Binance Smart Chain. Elon Ape is linked to a another charity, Orangutan Outreach. So yeah, frictionless here, blah blah. But I'm here to tell you that from deep in the crypto community, there's a lot of good stuff swimming around about this project. And what's most important is the price point, yeah, because I don't care how much hype it's having. If it's too high, it's done. So I bought in about here last night. It pumped. I went to sleep, came back down, but fortunately, it's looking quite healthy. It looks like it's ready for a second pump, and I'm pretty pumped. So I haven't sold. I'm gonna hold out and see if it can retest the all-time highs. And it looks pretty good at the moment. So that's Elon Ape. I'm not going to pretend that it's some revolutionary thing. Unlike Froge, there's no CX, and there's no kind of. Let's look at the roadmap. The roadmap isn't particularly impressive to me. Yeah, so I don't see anything that great. It's just a medium-term play. Um, but yeah, I think it looks quite cool. From one of the reasons is that they have a kind of public charity wallet that they're actually actively donating money to these charities, and a big reason I'm buying, and I think almost the only reason, one of the only reasons I'm buying is that they're launching a massive PR campaign this afternoon on a crypto group chat with over 1,000 investors, or over 10,000, and they've got a massive YouTube show coming up and Twitter show. So I expect in the short term some positive price action coming up for this. I think this could easily retest, and it's looking good. Like we all know this pattern of you know bounces and then look showing positive upside. So if we look at the RSI, I think we can expect. Oh, actually, it's so new that RSI is not even going to show anything. but you know, it's looking good, in my opinion. Yeah, it's looking good in my opinion. I think it's probably going to retest highs. It's come down on like 70% pullback. Yeah, so just thought I'd bring that one to your attention. And then finally, we can talk about, actually, there's a couple more projects I want to talk about. So I'll keep it short, this one, and talk about one I'm really keen on, and it's called Cats. So Cats is an NFT kind of crypto project. So I have just bought in. I bought a small bag, like one BNB worth. They're functioning on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, and it's a cat NFT, frictionless yield. You know the deal. Some of it's going to a black hole wallet, so they're burning some of the tokens, and some of them are going to create LP. So that was SafeMoon. So this is why SafeMoon pumped, is because for SafeMoon was the first crypto project to do that, and that solved the big problem in the sense of locked liquidity. So instead of locking liquidity, you can just get high volume on your token, and that volume would be converted into LP. So that's why SafeMoon is like worth like that 100x. Yeah. Okay. So they've got locked liquidity. They've got this token mechanic, smart contract mechanic that turns the volume into LP and redistributes some of it to holders, and they've got um, some of it going into a dead wallet, dead address, which is basically burning. So it's forever reducing supply, and they've got some good marketing initiatives. So I spoke to the developer of this morning, and they've got some big marketing coming up and some big news dropping. So I think I imagine you will see these being mentioned in magazines, and the NFTs look cool. I think having this as an NFT looks like there's a lot of artistic value. And to be honest, on this one, on top of the marketing and a lot of the big news coming up in the next few weeks for this coin, and the great price point, yeah, solid price point, buying it here. I'm so happy to have bought it here. Like it's the same as buying it like that 10 minutes after launch. I just like how it looks. I would want this NFT. Like I that's just how I feel. I just think sometimes for these crypto projects, it's really as simple as would you want this? Yeah, do you want this NFT? Do you think this is quite cool? And I do. So that's why I'll be throwing some money into this. I bought a small bag and I'll see how it develops. Another one and final one I'll be talking about is Super Pepe Bros. Super Pepe Bros is a gamified yield farming platform. So yield farming is where you put in your tokens, you put it into a farm where you stake it with another LP pair, and you basically have access to ridiculous APY. So 1,000, 2,000% APYs. That's just what happens with farming. And yeah, it's very profitable. The only thing with farming is that they all dump. And the reason they dump is that the people who go in early farm, and the farming tokens you get in the form of the tokens of the platform. So say I bought £1,000 worth of Super Pepe Bros and I put it in the farm and I'm getting 1,000% APY, which means 1,000% APY is around like 1% a day. So I'm earning like $10 a day in Super Pepe Bros at this price. So that's going to be like 100. As this increases in value, if this hits like $1, then that 10 Pepe Bros I was earning when I bought it is now worth $100. Sorry, $10. And if it hits $10, then it's worth $100. So what happens is people who go in early stack up, and then they basically just sell when it hits a good price point and they dump the market. And everyone who got in at like, $1, $2, $10, it sucks to be them, right? However, this yield farm has got a lot of interesting mechanics to it. So one thing is that they've gamified yield farming. So when you put your tokens into the yield farm, every 4 hours or so you level up and your multiplier goes up. So that's a really interesting incentive. They also have worlds where you can stake your Pepe Bro tokens and win more by winning mini games. And they've got some very, very bullish marketing plans. So I'm super keen to see what happens with this token. I think it's gonna blow people's minds. Super, super excited. Um, yeah, and deep in the community again. I'm just telling you guys what people who are deep in the community are saying. I know the developers are solid. Like they've already kind of linked this, bridged this to Cardano blockchain and Ethereum. So that's pretty impressive. Like for I can't name I can't name many projects that have the technical ability to have produced that much tech already, and they've got all these functions to the platform. It's just like this is just not a normal yield farm. I don't know a single yield farm that is anywhere near on this level in terms of like how much effort and how many mechanics and functions they've added to their ecosystem. And the whole point is to make this sustainable. It's to make this an ecosystem of on a level where like when people are making a lot of money on it, they don't feel incentivized to just dump it all on the market and tank the price. That's what we're trying to go for, and I think this has as good a chance as any of making it to that legendary status. If we were to look at uh, the the chart, because you guys know that I would never recommend anything to you that isn't at a good price point. That's not what my channel's about. I'm trying to get you guys in there early. I'm trying to give you that knowledge from deep in the crypto depths. Yeah, so I'm giving you projects that are bottomed out. So when this 100x, you'd know, hey, I was talking about this a week ago, right? So it's bottomed out. They had a bug in the first contract. People were still using it, but it did kind of, tank the price. Well, look at where it was, 0.04, and now it's 0. Sorry, 0. Okay, this is with according to BNB. So this is probably like 100x. The thing is, the USD chart on this token is not as good. Okay, so $10. So if we get to $10 from here, that's 100x. So $1, $10. Um, right. So check it. At this point, this is where the price is at. Yeah, bottomed out almost as low as you can get it. This is the pump for the initial release, and then they had a bug and they had to fix it, and then they got it re-audited, which I respect because the team did not want to produce another bugged code, another bugged product. So that's what happened here. There was a bug with the leveling system and some issues, and it kind of tanked the price. And now they're releasing version 2 with even more functions, and they've double, triple checked it. They found a bug just before launch and took their time, which is why people dumped, because people didn't want to wait to see whether it take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for the bug to be finished. So they take the money out and invest in other things, and I think they'll be coming back because I don't know any yield farming projects on this level. So the countdown timer for this is here. So it's coming out, it's launching in 8 hours, and I'll see what happens. I've thrown a couple BNB at it, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, but I'm super excited to see what happens with this project. I think it's a great project. I really do think it's interesting, and they've put in a lot of work, a lot of love into it, and there's no projects with that kind of yeah, on this level technically in terms of how many mechanics they've added to it, worlds and staking and leveling up mechanic, and they've also linked to a IDO platform called Smokehouse. So that's why one of the farming pairs is, I think, Smoke. I think that's the one. But yeah, this is gonna be sick. I think it's got a lot of meme potential. I think they're adding NFTs and a bunch of other things to it. Yeah, I'm super hyped for this. So I bought some, and I just thought I'd get this to you because no one's talking about these early projects. You guys only get showed projects when they're worth 100 million, 200 million, when they're super exciting and everyone thinks, XYZ Ethereum's going to hit 300 million tomorrow. I'm here to kind of give you those projects deep in crypto because I spend so much time in the crypto depths with all these developers finding out about these things first. And I think that's how you really make the money. A lot of these will fail, but I'm doing my best to give you guys the projects that I think have the minimal opportunity to fail. I think this is going to do well. Like I don't see it's a market cap of 750K right now, which is a joke. Yeah, they're meme tokens with no value that are worth 3 million right now. Um, right. So we've talked about Cryptocats, big news coming out, big marketing, cool platform. I bought some. We talk about Super Papers, great yield farming mechanics. I bought some. We talked about Frog. I haven't bought some, but I think I will this evening. Launching on Whitebit, great partnership with a charity, pretty cool website. I'm gonna buy some later this evening when the ETH fees are lower. I hate trading on Ethereum. And I think we can also talk about one called Whole Finance. All right, this is gonna be my last one. So I'm staking on this, but Whole Finance it's a gaming platform where you can basically stake. You can stake. Sorry, you can use their gaming token to access their mini games basically. So this is a pretty cool platform. Developers are sick. It's audited by Hacken. So Hacken is one of the few auditors that I actually respect in the space. Their projects are, do very well. Some of them get audits and they still mess up. So for example, Solidity audits often mess up. So you can have an audit by Solidity and they still rock ball because Solidity missed something. But hacking is rock solid. Another thing is that these guys have already launched some games. So they've launched their dice game, which was massively successful, a lot of use, and they're launching, I think, is it a lottery system and another kind of game, auction game. I think when the Americans wake up to this project, they're gonna go absolutely crazy. It's a great price point. I bought around this price point. I bought here, missed the pump because it was like it pumped in like there was like a 30-minute period to catch this pump, and then it's come back down. Well, that's fine. This is solid price action, and the team's got some bullish news coming up, bullish marketing. They're pushing out new games and content every week. Let me show you the website. But I think this product is sick, and right now it's sitting up around 300k market cap. Again, minuscule. So, you know, I'm just giving you the props on this early. I haven't tried the game yet, but I'm just giving you props on this early. Right now, you can stake it. But the Telegram is very, very active. A lot of good news coming out, and yeah, it just looks good. So for me, it's like why not? I think this could do well. I think it's super undervalued right now in terms of what they're pushing out. They've already got games, and it's been showed by Crypto Gems. This is one of the reasons I bought it because this guy has 139,000 followers, and he does a lot of research, so he knows what he's talking about. And when I looked at the project, I was like, okay, I see why he's talking about this. I see why he saw potential. I looked at their Telegram and saw the developers and what they were doing, and I was like, well, put it this way. We talked about Lehman Finance. Lehman Finance still hasn't finished this version 2 website, whereas these guys have already launched 2 games, right? And they've got their audits. So very impressive in terms of, obviously it's a different number of developers, different size team, all that kind of stuff. But you know, sometimes it's worth being able to kind of compare the output of certain teams and see whether they're actually producing work at, good times, high quality work, they're audited, they've got all these things going for them. I think this could hit 10 million market cap, so that would be a 50x from here. So I bought a bag and I'm happy with my bag. I'm not going to sell it. Although I missed that pump, I'm going to hold on to it. And I think finally, I'm going to talk to you guys about Lehman Finance. So Lehman Finance is, we talked about this. I had high hopes with this, but I sold it in the short term because I didn't like the price action. Right now, it's back at a beautiful point to get in. You could get in, ride it up to there, and possibly sell or see where they can go higher. I think it was a solid project, but medium term, short term, it wasn't meeting my expectations. One thing you'll notice right now, guys, is that all these promising products I'm talking to you about, they're all at support price. They're all at good entry prices. You know what this is? This is the start of a massive bull run. Yeah, this is the start of when all these projects start 100xing, 10xing. This is when you get in. Yeah, I've seen this before a lot of times. And when all these promising projects are somehow all at good prices, and you're just waiting for new money to come in. This is that's what happens. This will pump you. You got to pick your horses carefully. Yeah, so my horses are SPB. I've got some Frog. I've got some Elon Ape. I've got some Whore, and some other bags. And I'm going to be waiting on them and seeing how those go. But I just wanted to give you guys the details of what's going on deep in crypto. Now you know. So if you see any of these projects 1000x and 100xing, you heard it here first. I call the potential first, and we'll have to see whether the team actually delivers, and whether they achieve what they can do. But at the moment, I have every reason to believe that the projects I've just talked about are high quality projects. If I was to pick the top 2 projects that I'm into, and I have the most faith in, it will be Hawes because it's such a low market cap and it's at a great support level right now. So Hope Finance, which was uh, the the yield farming gambling ecosystem, and then I think the second project I have some of the most faith in is Cryptocats for a small bag. I'm not, don't bet the farm on this, but for a small bag that I can just forget about, literally just like not think about. I'm pretty excited for what happens with this. I think it will be sick. I think it will be like Cryptokitties in terms of like the amount of hype it will experience in the space of a couple of days after marketing. And I think for third projects, I think I'm really liking Elon Ape in the short term. I think in the short term it will do well. So I think we'll see another bounce, and from then on it's anyone's guess. But I think it's at least good for that short bounce, and it may retest retest these kind of levels. So that's all for me at the moment. I hope you found this video helpful. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace.